It's working, as far as I can tell. Is it working for you? Is it working? No, it is. I see. So it is working. So it is working. And Kangafanga's probably typing something. Yeah. Yes? Good. So, with that little delay out of the way, let's continue with the normal scheduled program, which, if I just move this out of the way, should work. Right, so, okay, let me re-chat. I know it's a bit laggy, the facecam, that's because Trainz is already open. Hello? Hold on, yeah, space didn't work, but that's why hold on is together. Welcome, Chris. Yes, hello, welcome. Welcome, Kangafango. Welcome, Slovak Eagle. And anybody who's watching this either live or archived, with or without an account. Right, hoi, are we at sea? That would be ahoy, ahoy. What's that? Britain is an island, so yes, I see. Which is close to ahoy, which means hi in Slovak. Oh, that's nice. Wait. Yeah, because of the hoj. No, I have no idea why automod. Yeah, okay, we've already got that. Okay. Yes, hello, since 55 seconds, plus typing according to display. Hello, hello. Shadows, Mr. W is watching. He's just having issues with chat. Oh, I see. Hey, Shadows, sorry I missed your last stream, by the way. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. You have no obligation whatsoever to watch any of my stuff. So, hello, Anthony. Welcome. And hello, Mr. W. There we go. Heya. Heya. Connecting with chat. Yeah, that was quite an issue for me as well. So, right. Oh no. Chat above Shadow's face? Really? Is it? Yep, it's gone. Oh, that is strange. Chat has gone above Shadow's face. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. That, I would say, is an issue which is down to Twitch, because I haven't changed anything in OBS. Maybe it can't connect to Twitch. Well, then it wouldn't be able to stream. Okay, tell you what, I'm going to stop the stream, and then I'm going to restart it. Maybe that will fix it. So, hello, welcome back. 8 people watching this. Thank you very much for coming. At the moment, we're still dealing with Twitch issues. Is the chat updating now? Is it displaying now, I mean? No, it isn't. That is quite concerning. Okay. Okay, so I'll stop the stream again. Then I'll quit OBS, start OBS back up again, and then I'll try it again. Okay. It looks like it's working now. It looks like it's working. I can see the chat appear there. So, great. Right. Okay. Random question. Anyone have any ideas of any casual games, ones with minimal stress, not too difficult, with not a lot of thought that needs to go with them? Well, depends how you play them. Has it stopped? Has the stream actually stopped, or is it just not loaded there? Let me reload. No, we're still going. Are we? Are we still live or not? Should I say no? It's fine. Oh, well then it was just an issue over there. Right. Euro Truck Simulator 2, yes. That is definitely... that definitely falls under that category. If it's a game without stress, I would suggest Trainz. Definitely Trainz. Train Simulator. Although Train Simulator can have a bit of stress. If you're going down a mountain and you see a red signal coming up and you missed the approach, the distance signal for it, can be a bit stressful. But generally it's quite relaxing. Also, there's a game called Everything that is quite good. So, yay, surely if he can see the chat already, does that matter if it comes up on the actual stream? It does, because people who are watching this archived won't know what you're talking about unless I say it out. I was thinking Journey and games from that game company, but they might not work on my system. Well, you could have a look at Abzu. I haven't played that, but I hear that that's a nice, relaxing game. I don't know, 1000 streams gone. Is it gone? Okay, now chat is above shadows face, yes. Are we still here? And please answer this honestly. Because the error 1000 was what I just had. How do you spell it? Hold on, I'll give a link in chat. Oh, and apparently it's on sale. 50% off. There you go. That's a link to it on Steam. We're still here. Good. Right. Do you think I should risk going over to Trainz, which is already running? Yes? Okay, then I shall. That is all correct. Here we go, Trainz. Let me see if it actually switched. You may as well. Yeah. And this is where we left off last time, like literally this exact camera angle. Voice chat today, or should we not risk it? No. I was just going to go into Trainz first before offering it. But yes, if anybody wants to jump into voice chat, feel free to do so. If you are of legal age, basically. Yes. Right. So if you want to, you can go ahead. Wait, we're playing Farming Simulator today? Me please. Go ahead, Mr. W. Go ahead. Then I need to do it like this again so I can see if I'm still audible. Right. So, farm. Hello. Can you hear me? Oh, hello. Can you hear me? Good, I can hear you too. Okay. Great, hello. Can you hear me? Is everything okay, or am I cutting out? Yeah, that's because I haven't switched it over in the system preferences thing yet. I need to do that first. Okay, well let me switch over back to this and then I can switch over in the system preferences. That should be fine. You should now be able to hear Mr. W. Mr. W, could you say something?
Can they still hear you on stream?
They should be able to.
Can they still hear you on stream?
They should be able to hear me on stream. Oh, hold on, you can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, they can. They're saying they can.
Okay. So, Mr. W, you can still hear me, correct?
I can still hear you, yes.
Good.
And I've got the stream on mute.
Okay. I should be cutting out less now than I was previously. Right. So.
It seems to work fine now.
Great. Okay. Meep leash. Not really. Can't right now. Shadows, yes, we can. We can't hear you. Shadows, you've muted the audio on OBS. No, I have not. I didn't switch it over in the system preferences yet. We can't hear WL. Yep, hello, yes, we can. Hey, works fine. Yay! With default Twitch delay, the joys of modern technology. Indeed. So, speaking of joys and modern technology, let's continue with Trainz. So, I want to figure out what to do next, and then, well, we can talk about something if you would like. So, the basic layout I'm thinking of doing is I have got the main branch going straight up here, and I've got a junction.
I don't think that you've not got the
yes,
game screen showing.
Thank you very much for telling me that. See, that's the reason why you're here. Thank you very, very much.
You brought me in for something.
Yes.
I'm surprised chat took that long to say it.
Yeah. Now they're saying it in chat.
There we
Trainz
go.
is the perfect example of both. Shadows, we can't see Trainz. You forgot the game.
There we go.
Yes, there we go.
Where's Slovak?
Yes, hello. Yes. So, yes, I've got the branch coming straight up here, and then I've got a junction going this other way to the right. Now I want to have 2 or 3 places where the player can pick up sugarcane. So one of them I want to be down here on this little branch, and then probably 2 of them up here. So I'll probably have there be like a Y up here, and then on this side there'll be a pickup station. On this side there'll be a pickup station, and I also want to have a little marshalling yard up here. And marshalling yard is just basically a shunting yard or freight yard, a thing like that. So I want to have sheds there, turntable.
You have a maple leafing yard.
Exactly. Right, so that is the plan. So then what players will probably do is they'll start over in the yard. They'll fetch some empties, probably from down in the yard here, because the main line locos will have brought them. Pull them back up here, then reverse down into this little branch, load some of them, then go up into the Y, load some more of them, run around the train, go over to the other side, load some more, run around the train again, and then go back down the middle and drop off the loaded cars back in the yard down there. So that's just an example for a session that I might make here. So, great. Now that I know what I'm doing, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. Right. So, oh, by the way, the thing I sent you, you said you couldn't open.
Yeah. I think it said I don't think that zip files can open on mine, and I don't think I can send them either.
That is quite strange, because zip files you should be able to open without issue. Like, I mean, you may need a program. Do you have... I mean, I'm not that used to using Windows, but I think Unarchive or something. I don't know what it's called, but I'm sure if you look it up online, I'm sure you can find If you just look up extract zip Windows 10.
I mean, if you put pictures in the Istea Discord, I think I should be able to see those.
Yeah, I might do that. The thing is that art isn't final yet, so I wasn't going to show it. However, I mean, I might do that. I might put it in just saying work in progress or something like that. However, that doesn't really fix your issue, because being able to extract zip files can be quite important for a lot of things. If you're doing stuff with computers.
Can you? Kango wants me to describe the issue I'm having with the files.
Well, you can describe it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Never mind.
Right, so I'm just measuring this out here. This should be... Because I want this Y... What?
No, I'm just talking to myself. I'm just talking to myself.
Oh, I see. I'll read chat after I've placed the tracks for the Y. Why? Because I want to get something done.
Back Eagles loosing Twitch, apparently.
Oh, that's not good. Well, then I guess I'd better...
That's like when you sent me the email telling me that you weren't felling very well.
Yes. Although, when I sent that email, I wasn't felling anything at all, so I couldn't have been felling anything well.
Yeah, but surely you've got to be at least attempting to fell something to be able to not do it very well. You've got to be doing something to be able to not do it very well.
Exactly. But you also have got to be doing something to be able to do it well.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, which is why it doesn't make any sense.
Does it not? Oh.
Twitch delay. Alright. Chase, driver must be quite tired at the end of that, with all that running. Yeah. Could you describe the issue you're experiencing with opening zip files? To Mr. W. Oh, I see. Now I get it. It was addressed to you. Yay, I'm losing Twitch. Well, can't do anything there, unfortunately. So, if you would like to describe the issue you're having to Kangofango, then please go ahead.
I'm just trying to find it. I'm not being downloaded. Downloading. The art section. It's presumably, when I go into the vault, it's presumably tells us the art section. I think I've gone into both of them. I'll just go for the book.
Right, so that's all good. Now, where do I want to have these? I'm just going to place the multiple industries down now. What is that sound that keeps...
It's my phone, sorry. Oh, it's working now. The images. Like I'm looking at the book one, and it's there's a picture of like a scythe and a branch.
Yeah. Oh, so it is working.
It's working now, yeah. It just didn't work. For some reason.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I told you it should work. Right. I was just about to, Kang Fang says, was about to say before, imagine if it worked now, and it actually did. Yeah, but it only did because you didn't say so. If you had said so, then it wouldn't work. Right, so I'm going to elevate the multiple industry to 2 meters manually, so that it's got the correct height. Okay.
Yeah, and I also got the email with your number, by the way.
Ah, yes, that's good. Thank you for confirming that. Right.
No problem. I'm putting it in my contacts now. I'm going to. I'll try not to say it as I put it in.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. I never knew that the multiple industry was actually several very small pieces of track. But if I try to set the height to it, you can see that it only applies it as if it were little bits of track. That's quite interesting. I didn't know that. Right, so this
I
is...
suppose I could. Don't suppose I could give you a call after the stream just to check that it works.
No, you can, of course. Right, so... what have you been up to?
Me?
Yes, you.
Not really. I mean, I've taken a chill out day today. I've got most of the revision done. I need to for school. Shut up. As for
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. Okay.
As for news, one of my favourite wrestlers recently passed away.
Oh.
Which was not known. At the age of 41 as well.
Very young.
Yeah. Non-COVID related lung issue is what the internet said. See, it's a bit
Very
weird
good.
because when I'd finished, when I'd finished saying about the death, Kango's message came through saying that's nice. Referring to the thing I said before.
Oh, that is that is strange.
Very unfortunate timing there.
Yeah. Is this standard gauge? I think it looks like it's standard gauge. Right. So, I've done... So, what did I do? Well, I've done quite a bit of work. Is there any way that you could make those sounds a little less loud?
I will... yeah, of course. There we go. The volume's off.
Okay, thank you very much. So...
Kango, I know it wasn't intent, don't worry.
Yeah, so... I've worked a lot on Ghostly Venture. I've worked a lot on that today. Yesterday as well. Well, yeah, before the stream as well. Yeah. There were several issues, most of which were just errors on my part. However, it is looking good. Now
good.
the chains are loading in.
Is that like the main game you're focusing on?
Well, it's part of it. The main things I'm focusing on at the moment is one. Well, of course, it is Ghostly Venture. Then, of course, it's also Tales of Vestia, the role-playing game, because I want to actually get that finished by the time that the Milton Valley Railroad's finished. And then, of course, the Milton Valley Railroad, but that's only on stream. And then also, of course, the script for the film. However, I'm working more on the other projects first, because with those other projects, well, they're a bit more important for various reasons.
And Gale Rock and Living Arts and the Ghosted Mansions, they're all on hold for a bit.
Well, Living Art is basically finished. I need a font to do to have the to make the hero images for Steam. Once I've made the hero images, then it will be released. The store page is I've already made the store page. However, I can't make it public yet without having the hero images. So, yeah.
What are hero images?
Hero images are... Well, they are... That's really strange. One second. Yeah, hero images are basically...
Images of heroes.
They're banners or logos, that sort of thing.
Right. So a Steam banner. So like a Steam banner.
Yeah. Basically all of the images that appear in Steam. So background images for the store page, things like that. Yes. As for Gale Rock, that is on hold, yes, because it was mostly it was a prototype. It was a prototype.
Oh.
Hello, Anthony. How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Right.
Hello.
Hello, yes. So it was Gale Rock is a prototype, and I will probably finish it, but I mainly started it because I wanted to see if I could make that project, if it would work the way that I wanted it to work. And it does. It does. So that is a viable project, which when I choose when to start a new project to commit to, that is on the list of things that I might choose. Yes.
I really think you should finish it because I love the concept.
Well, I'm glad to
Oh
hear
yeah,
it.
by the way, is my mic working?
Yes, it is,
It's
and
a
you're
bit
quite
loud.
loud.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Is this better?
Yes, that is better.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Okay. At least I know my new mic's working now,
Great.
Oh.
because it wasn't working for a little bit. My mic wasn't working for a little bit.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, real quick, I'm gonna mute my mic on Discord, and I want to test with something real quick. I'll be right back.
You've gone a bit loud again, by the way.
Yeah, a bit loud and a bit distorted as well.
I have no idea how. I have no idea how because I barely even moved my mic.
Right. I'll read chat now. Why not? Thank you for getting in touch with Kango support. We're glad the issue is resolved now. If you experience further issues, please open a new ticket. Shed Ice. That's so weird. I know what that's referring to. It was the height of the different sections of track of the multiple industries. That's nice. That's unfortunate. It wasn't by intent. You said I've had a chill day out. It came through later on stream because of Twitch delay. Sorry. That's good to know. Shadice, nice to hear you're doing good progress. Shadice, will you import the Oregon Mania into TRS-19 and hide it on the Milton Valley Railroad as an Easter egg? No, probably not. Miss W, banners, icons, things like that. Yes, they're hero images. Also, Shadice, I really like the achievement art sketches in Living Art. Thank you very much. They were hard to do because I did it with a trackball. It's honestly lovely.
Ooh.
Great. Right.
Because I have play tested it, but I've not got a lot of the achievements. So because I've actually got it on Steam as such.
Well,
it
the
doesn't really show me how to get them.
What do you mean?
But it doesn't really show me how to get them as I've not got them on Steam.
Well, it wouldn't show you how to get them either way.
Oh, would it not?
No.
Oh, or only show you how you got them.
I use Steam for the game. I use Steam. I think it's better. I'm not sure why. Before you ask.
Well, the game's not out yet.
Yeah, he gave me a free copy to
Yeah, playtest.
I was nearly going to say protest. But yeah,
I gave you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Trainz. I thought you were talking about Trainz. No, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I thought you were talking about Trainz.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, so...
It's an easy mistake to make in this.
I mean, this is a Trainz stream after all. So,
Yes.
right. The achievements, it should give you all the information with the non-Steam version of Living Art as it would with the Steam version of Living Art.
What do you mean by information in this context? Because I know that there's like a phrase that it that there's like a phrase that it says once you get the achievement.
Yes. So I can't remember exactly.
Also, share dice.
1 second. I can't remember exactly what information I put with the achievements because it's been quite a while since I put those in. But they should be identical. Yes. Yes, Anthony?
Can you server deafen me so my mic is unmuted, but like I can't hear you guys for now? I don't tell you when to unserver deafen me.
Not sure what you mean by that. Unserver what?
You know, like when you like right click on my username and
Yeah.
then like server, and then it's called like I don't know what it's called, like that thing with the headphone. I think it's called deafen. Can you server deafen me? Yeah, deafen.
Oh, so you mean?
So that way I can still talk to you guys. But I just can't, yeah. Because as you can see when I do it, it mutes my mic too.
I thought that the deafen button would be like, make it extremely loud.
Oh,
I'm
it
not
is?
sure what you're talking about.
I don't know what I thought.
Unfortunately.
You see, like the red
Oh,
thing.
server
There's
deafen,
server.
this one.
There's mute.
Oh right.
Yeah,
is that-
server deafen, that.
What does that do?
I can't hear you guys, but like you can hear me, so that way my mic's not muted as well. So you guys don't be able to hear
right.
me, but I can't hear you.
Right. So I'll do it now. Mhm.
Okay, yeah. You could. Actually, you know what? It's better. I just do it on my own, because just in case, you know. Oh, never mind.
So should I? So okay. Do you want it on or not? I don't know. Do you want it on or not?
Yes, on. Yes, please.
Right. It is on now. It is on now. If you're listening to the stream, you should be able to hear me. Still, if that is how that works.
You? I also won't be loud.
Right. Okay. So I'm just putting in the bumpers at the end of the tracks in the roundhouse. Okay. And it looks like we've got another track here for a little siding, which should be quite good. That also needs a bumper. By the way, the difference between a bumper and buffers is that in England, in UK, with the two plates, it's called buffers, and in America, it's called a bumper. And you can see it only has the contact point in the center of it, because American locomotives have, and rolling stock, have knuckle couplers. They don't have the two buffers. So you can see it's only got the knuckle coupler in the center of it when the stream catches up. Yes. So that's actually quite a detailed model. That's quite good. Okay. So I want to test what this looks like with the locomotive on it. So I'm just going to move it over. Right, so do these doors actually open? If I move this in here, turn it around, then if I go into driver, would that door open? Because in some roundhouses they do, in some they don't.
It just all looks a bit surreal with no sort of landscape and just a green grid.
Yeah, it does. Also, the grid is yellow, but it looks a bit different because of the lighting. Yeah, I mean, now you can see it more clearly that it's yellow.
Once it catches up.
Yeah. Okay, so
it
looks like the door will not open. However, 3 of them are open, and I don't think we need more than 3 of these booths anyway. Right. Actually, does this? No, it doesn't work like that. So the turntable does turn. That's good. Hmm?
Okay. It just didn't look like it was going to go on from where the turntable was.
Ah, yes. I turned it. Haha.
Yeah. I could make a really obvious joke here, but I'm not going to. Can go poorly well.
Let's see.
There we go.
Yeah, he gave me a free copy to protest. The achievements aren't exclusively on Steam, they're also in the game itself. I'll just have to look a little harder then. Cheers. Yes. Because my achievements are not easy to get. There is one for finishing the game. There's one for getting a secret ending. But the other ones are a bit more difficult.
Isn't there one? Well, isn't there one for like finding a weird symbol somewhere?
Yes. I know some games give you an achievement just for entering the game for the first time. That is not what my achievement.
Like playing it on specific days.
Yeah, that is not what my achievements are going to be. Like that's not what they're
specific in the game.
Yeah, my achievements are going to feel like they're achievements.
Yes. And you're not and you have to find them yourself.
Yes, unless someone uploads a guide somewhere, which not sure if I'd.
Which you can't really. To be honest, you can't really stop that, can you?
Well, I mean, I could try to stop it, but then that's not good for anybody because although it prevents the things being spoiled, if it succeeds, it would also create toxicity, which is never a good thing. So it would probably do more.
How would it create toxicity?
Well, because if someone who uploads a thing like that, a list or a guide on how to get those achievements, does so because they think that the game is good and people would like to know those things. Now, if I as a developer went there and intervened and told them to remove the list, then either they'd understand and do it, but then people who might have already seen it, he might say, oh, well, the developer told me to remove it. Now, even though that is, from an outside point of view, very understandable, I can see how people might also see that as the developer being mean, which...
And they might think that you're not telling the truth about, oh no, I just want them to find the achievements themselves.
Yeah, it can create confusion and not delay,
right.
But yeah, but it could potentially create toxicity. So yeah, that is a thing which I will deal with if and when it comes up. Yes.
I just can't wait for the Showered Ice extended timeline first.
Yes, that would be nice. That would be very nice.
Multiple theory channels dedicated to how they all interlink. Because you said that a lot of them are in the same universe and are linked in some way or another.
Yes, they are. Although, you won't be able to understand exactly how they're all linked unless you play basically all of the ones that are linked. Most of them. Some of them only make some appearances in another game, but they're not really that connected in the big scheme of things, or scheme of things.
I think I scheme.
Yeah. Let me read chat. Oi! Do you... no, before that. I missed that before that. Alright. Vote. Not open. I think I see. What joke? I want to know. The tables have turned? No, I will not supply your habit. Oh, but yes, you got it right. Oh, I did? Did I? Nice. I'm pretty sure this tiny parable has an achievement for having the game open for the entire duration on a Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, if it makes sense, then that's great. But if it's just...
Nothing makes sense parable.
Well, then isn't that in and of itself a kind of logic? Right. That's very Stanley Parable-y. Yep. Oi, do you hear about the developer Shadows? He removes user-created guides on how to get achievements. Yes, exactly like that. That's exactly how I had pictured them. Speaking. What does he do? What does he do? That's unacceptable, innit? I'll head right on over there now. Let me just log in. Yes, there are 4 crossways, and no, I don't care. Here we go, Shadows. Why are you deleting these things, eh? What's the deal with that? I want answers. I tell you, answers. Oh, I see. Answers I tell you. Oh, right, that makes more sense. Yeah, it is... that is basically a very extreme version of what may happen. Now, that doesn't mean that I think that all developers should just let anybody do anything, but if it's something... Like with the achievements, yes, a large part of it is the figuring out, but if someone wants to spoil it for themselves, they have to go looking for it. Which means that I'm not... Yeah, it's not like they're going to see it accidentally, and then it'll be spoiled for them, but they have to actively want to have it spoiled, and then if they don't want to figure it out that badly, then it's not that bad of a thing anyway. Because in the end... In the end, it's really all about them having fun, the players having fun. Yeah? What is your opinion?
There's a very fine line in every video game and in everything that could be considered an enjoyable activity. The fine line between being fun and just difficult enough to keep it interesting, and then too difficult, and then too difficult to the point where it gets annoying.
Yes, exactly. However, the interesting thing about that line is that it's different for everybody. Everybody is going to have different previous experiences with other games, and is going to have different frustration tolerance levels, and is going to have different equipment, a different screen, different frame rate, all of that stuff, a different amount of time to put into the game to try to learn it, which means that that line is going to be different for everybody. So it's the job of the developer to try to find the average of that line and make the game as difficult as that. Yeah, which is quite difficult if you're the developer, because to you your game is of course easy, which is what playtesting is for. That is a large part of what playtesting is for.
I think there are some games which are sort of, they pride themselves in being difficult. Like the whole point of them is that they're difficult. Like things like Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
Yes, yes.
Like they are very difficult, and if you completed them, you can sort of you're sort of one of the elite few.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Now, the thing with the thing is that kind of making a game like that and marketing it as such can succeed, but only.
I don't think I think they had it in their I think they had it in their heads like that. Okay, this is intentionally going to be a difficult game. I don't think they sort of marketed it as if you complete this, you're one of the elite few.
Yeah, I mean, marketed as a very difficult game.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if you do that, then it's very tricky, because on the one hand, what you want to happen is you want the game to be, oh, look how difficult this is, and will you be able to master this game, and things like that, which...
Alright, sure, I have to go. Bye.
Okay, bye, Anthony. Right, so...
Yeah, see you in a bit.
The thing is, you want the player to still... You want the player... The allure of a difficult game is the satisfaction of having accomplished something difficult, of having beaten it. So, on the one hand, you need to make it difficult for that reward to be there, but the player also has to be able to beat it to be able to get that reward.
Yeah.
Which means you can't make it too difficult, because if you make it too difficult, then it's just frustration, and that's it.
I remember, I think Scott Coffin said about FNAF, with the custom nights in the first game, he never intended full 20 mode, with all the enemies set on their highest difficulty. He never intended that to be beatable. His intention in making that wasn't to make it beatable. It just happened that someone found, like, not a loophole as such, but found a bug or a way that they could get into a loop so that they could potentially do it. But for Ultimate Custom Night, which is basically all of the enemies mushed into one massive game, he actually had to actively try and make 2020 mode beatable.
I see. I did not know that.
Yeah, I got this from an interview that he did from a guy on YouTube, and he actually Scott basically said to this guy, if you complete 2020 mode on Ultimate Custom Night, you can have an interview with me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, which is quite nice. It's a really good interview as well.
Yeah. And I think I could do the same thing, only the thing is I live stream, so anybody who wants an interview with me kind of already has the opportunity.
That's true, yes. Because I remember he told a story about because in one of the more recent games, they're sort of mini games, and Scott basically said to his son, "Listen, for every mini game you complete, I will give you I think it was like $10. I think it was." Now his fault was that his son would complete, maybe 1, 2, 3 games. But to quote Scott, that boy went to the bank that day. Apparently, he just didn't stop until they were all completed.
Yeah, careful what you wish for or what you promise.
I know, yeah.
Right. So this is the loading bit where the boxcars are currently on the track, and on the left side is going to be the platform, or however sugarcane is loaded. I mean, we won't use boxcars for this probably, unless I can't find better cars for it. But basically, this is the loading side. On the right side is the runaround track. This is so that if a train pulls in here forwards, the locomotive can be decoupled, go over here, go backwards, and then couple over onto the other side. The little siding over here is for cabooses, which are little brake vans, only in America, basically. So you can decouple one there, then push it into there, or if you're going the other way, you'd need to pull it out to here, couple up to the train, and then couple back onto it. So now let me read chat. You know what they say, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Well, yes, they do say that. However, the worst thing would mean that it's the worst situation without you having prepared for it. Because if you've prepared for it, it's slightly better than the worst situation. So you have to prepare for not having prepared for the worst situation you can imagine, which then puts you into a paradox. Oh, hello there. I didn't realize we were in Star Wars.
No. There we go. That's gonna do.
You sound like you were gurgling. Right. But it did sound quite good. So,
Star Wars.
crosswalks. Yes. Yep, if people are so desperate to know how to get these achievements, it's their loss. Oh, I see. Didn't know that. UCN is missing a few ones. Funtime Freddy comes to mind. I am not well versed in that area of internet games. Or
UCN
internet information from...
UCN is Ultimate Custom Night. That's the one that they're mostly all put together in a single game.
Oh, I see. Haven't played any of the games. I think some...
Neither have I.
I think some of the Phantom ones weren't there either. I have no idea. Player 1.
Oh, yeah.
Player 1. Upon seeing a game on Steam with the difficult tag. Oh, this game is hard. Yes, finally a challenge. I have had enough of all those painfully simple and easy to master games. I'll buy it right now. XD, speedrunners of difficult games. How? I would say a lot of practice. A lot of practice.
Yeah.
Player 2. A difficult game. Ugh, I'm having a hard enough time completing a game of chess. Pass. Well, yes. True. Alright, well, you don't have... The thing is, you said completing a game, not winning a game. To complete a game of chess, you don't necessarily need to win. And I think that if either one of you understands the rules, then it's not hard to complete a game of it. Although you probably meant win a game of chess. Alright, Chewbacca? Shut eyes. Yes, probably that was what you were going for, right, Chewbacca?
Of course.
Yes. Shut eyes. It appears that you have a motorboat in your house. Oh, right, it has appeared. Oh, sorry, that wasn't supposed to appear until later. Something must have gone wrong.
Has appeared.
Yeah. Shut eyes. Player 2 is playing by himself. Chess. Oh, I see. So it's just... Oh, I see. Well, that makes sense.
Well, that's the thing with things like open world games, and things like that. Ones where you sort of have open world games and RPGs. You don't really. Oh no, you're gonna hit me with a logical bomb here, but whatever. You don't really win at them. You just complete them by completing every side quest, every storyline, and all that.
Yes, there are. I'd say that
readying myself for a logical.
I think that when talking about completing games or finishing games, I think that's a subjective thing, because for one player, finishing a game may be reaching the title sequence, so finishing the main story. For another player, it may be collecting all of the collectibles. For a third player, it may be completing all of the side quests. Like, for example, let's use Minecraft. In Minecraft, the end of the game is you kill the Ender Dragon, jump through the portal. That is the end of the game. Some players...
Roll credits.
Yes. Some players... Well, roll poem and credits. Some players might say... Okay, that's it. I've finished Minecraft. That's Minecraft done. I've completed it. other players might say, okay, well, I've done that. However, there are a couple of other bosses that I haven't killed yet. So I'm going to kill those, and then I've completed Minecraft. Yet another player might look at that and think, okay, well, I've only completed Minecraft if I've automated, basically if I can survive forever in the game without having to do something. So if I've automated food farms, so I can just sit in a box while food drops into a chest for my character to eat, then I've beaten Minecraft, because you don't need to do anything, you can just stay in the box forever. Another player might look at that and say, well, you can't beat Minecraft. Yes, you can reach the titles, but Minecraft you cannot beat. Yeah, so I think that, yes, there are definitely games in which there is a clearer win state. Like, for example, a lot of story-based games, visual novels, that sort of thing as well, games have an ending or multiple endings. Like, for example, what is the game called? Don't Push That Button or Don't Touch Anything, or whatever that game's called, where...
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, where you have little photos on the wall, which you get one for each ending you complete, so you can see how many endings you've still got left. Yeah? It's only a pity that most of them result in the world being destroyed. But, yeah. So, I think that because you said open world games and RPG games.
Yeah.
Now, what exactly do you mean by them? By that? Because an open world game just means that there are no levels. You're free to wander around the world however you like.
In that case, I didn't. Oh, right. Because I thought an open world game was things like a good example. Well, I suppose a lot of RPGs are open world. Where you sort of explore, and there's no sort of set way you can physically get to say the person with your next quest. Things like Minecraft will be an open world game.
Definitely.
Things like Skyrim.
So
even Goat Sim will be an open game.
Yeah. Now the thing is, you've got level-based games where you start a level. You're in a very specific set of circumstances. You can finish the level, and then from that point, you go to the next part of the game via a menu to the next level. In open world games, that is... Well, that's not the case. You finish a thing, and then you're still in the world, and you can wander around the world how you like. So it's just not level-based design. You can have a role-playing game that is open world, most of them are, but you can also have level-based role-playing games. Yes, that is probably going to be very difficult to pull off, at least pull off well, because the reason why open world games lend themselves... Well, the reason why role-playing games tend to be open world is that it allows you to immerse yourself in the world more. If you complete a mission and then you're still in the world and you can walk around it however you like, simulates the world more accurately than if you get thrown. I mean, in the real world, if you go down to the shops to buy some cauliflower, yeah, you go to the checkout, you pay, and then you don't get thrown into a level select screen to then be able to select home, and then you make the salad there. That's not how that works. So an open world game much more accurately. Well, yeah. Now then, there are of course sandbox games as well, which
Slovak's given the definition: games which allow you to run around the world freely without doing any quests is open world.
Yes, that is what I was trying to say.
Right, okay.
Let me read chat, because it's been quite a bit. XD. True. Alright, I've already read that. Yeah, I've already read all of that. Chess. Yeah, it depends. Another player might say, well, that's all garbage. My goal is to get into the menu screen. It's not loading for me. I've tried to get in contact with Mojang and no one's responding. Christmas is coming up and I was so looking forward to being able to play Minecraft underneath the Christmas tree. And now the entire holiday season is ruined. Some might say that, yes. Burnout Paradise is also open world. Yes, it is. An example. Yes, I love Burnout Paradise, says Mr. W. Cyberpunk, GTA 5, Forza Horizon are open world. Miss W, I've played it a few times, but I didn't do any of the racing stuff. Just drove around in the van. Games which allow you to... Yeah, you've already read that. Take me down to Paradise City. Yes. Where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. I think that's how it continues. Yep. Where the grass is green. Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, won't you please take me home? Oh, guitar riffs. Yeah. Just an urchin living...
Just an urchin living under the street, I think is the next line.
Just an urchin living under the street. I'm a hard case that's tough to beat. Talking about grass, I've just added turf effects into my Wild West route. Great! Now only if I could run it with turf effects, because I can't, my system. And Trainz has frozen, so I need to open it back up again. Right.
Train crash.
Yep. But doesn't GTA have missions too? It does, but that doesn't stop it from being open world. Yes. Oh, and oh me, Lord, it looking good. And oh me, Lord, it looking good. Oh, you're already getting into character then. With that song, I like how it starts. It reminds me of Bus Driver. It does. That song does sound quite a bit like the Bus Driver opening music. Menu music, I mean. All of them have quests and missions, but you are free to choose when to do which. You aren't forced to move on to the next one. Yeah, but here's...
There's a game... Go on.
Here's an interesting question. Because we've established what games count as open world. Like, for example, GTA, Forza, Minecraft, those kind of games. What about... Oh, you can't hear me anymore. 1 second. Hello. Hello. Yes, I started Trainz again, that's why it cut out. I noticed. Yes! You can hear me, right?
Start again from the top?
Yes. So
I can hear you now.
Yes, great. So we've established that games like Minecraft, GTA, those kind of games are open world. Great. Other level-based games, maybe not open world. So, like, for example, Living Art is not open world. Okay?
No.
But I've got two questions. What about games that have levels, but the level select screen is literally the characters moving around on the world, like some of the Mario games. Yeah, like some of the Mario games have that world where the characters move along the different nodes, along the paths to go to the different levels. Does that technically count as an open world game? Because you can roam around the world freely between levels?
I would say that because it's a far... Yeah, but you've got a bot, by the way.
Oh.
What are you doing? Doing an image on the screen. I would say that because it's a far less... there we go. Because it's a far more restricted version of movement, I would say that it's not open world in that context.
Okay. So we're gonna say that...
But
So there has to be gameplay in the world. Because...
there has to be gameplay that is identical to a level or mission or the such like.
Okay, so a level select screen doesn't work because there's no gameplay in it. Doesn't count as open world, okay?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay. What about games like, for example, Civ 6? In civilizations, in my
Okay.
civilization, you've got literally the entire worlds to play on. It is, I mean, you're literally, the world is the playing field. You can go anywhere you like, except for on ice tiles, obviously, mountains as well. But you can move your pieces around the world how you wish. You can play in what way you wish. There are no restrictions as to like levels. There are no levels or anything like that. There is no decided way of how you have to play that game. Is that an open world game?
What kind of what style of game is Civ 6?
It is a turn-based strategy game.
I mean, and the level and like. Okay, so first of all, I don't really get how a turn-based strategy game could be that open world.
Basically,
I would say, go on.
Basically, the way it works is, you play as a civilization and the world is split into hexagons. So you can build stuff on hexagons or move units around, and there are other players who are in charge of other countries, and you explore the world and then interact with other countries and try to achieve one of the victories to try to win the game. But the game takes place, the board, if you wish, is a world, randomly generated most of the time. There is a map editor, though, which is quite fun to use.
I would say that I don't know. I mean, I suppose because you're not really sort of playing as a character in the world, but you're just sort of, I presume, just sort of looking down on top of it.
Yes.
I would say that it's not a true open world game in that sense.
Well, you have a character which is the leader of your country, who is basically immortal. So you can play as Trajan of Rome, or Cleopatra of Egypt, or Victoria of England, or basically you can play as a country, and you get a historic leader of that country as your player. You can't walk around as them, but that is who you'll be interacting with. That is who you'll be interacting with. If you use the diplomacy screen with other countries. The interesting thing about that is that the game takes place over thousands of years. The game starts at the year 4000 BC, with the first cities mankind has ever constructed. And those are the starting countries. And you've got your leaders there. And then as the game continues, the leaders stay the exact same. However, your technology, you unlock new technologies in a technology tree, new culture items, and you can place down new cities, grow them, and place down districts, and basically you go through human history as a civilization. So you wouldn't say that that is an open world game? So
not from a usual standpoint, no.
Interesting. I'm going to ask chat to say something to that while I read chat now, if that's okay? Or were you going to say something?
Yeah. That's fine. I'll just tell you about one of the, because we were talking about endings just now. I'll just tell you something after you finish reading chat.
Okay. Where was I? I keep missing where it was. All of them have missions. You aren't forced. Alright. Oh, so I was there. You aren't forced to move on to the next one. So, it was kinda right in my definition. I was kinda right in my definition. Yeah. I'd say so. If it wouldn't be cutting out the stream for me, I would tell you. Aww. But I have no idea what you said. Shadows. Urchin bit was part of the song. Oh, I see. I was thinking, what? Why are they talking about? Are they talking about sea urchins? What is that to do with anything? Let me reload the page. I gave examples of like Skyrim, Minecraft, etc. Yeah, that can be. American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator 2, all open world. Yes. Metro Exodus does this quite interestingly. All right. And Thief is 2, and it's amazing.
Recently got the video game, and it is amazing, honestly.
Well, that's good.
I'll tell you a bit about it. In a bit if you want.
Yeah, 3 open world maps connected with linear sections. Bot. Oh, right, bot. Nice. I'd say because it's just on the levels screen, the game as a whole doesn't count as being open world. Ukulele and the Impossible Layers level select screen is quite extensive, with a top-down view and puzzles too. There's definitely gameplay in those. Strategy game, yeah. This. Yes, that is a link to Civ 6. Civ 6 is a top-down game. It depends on the definition of open world. Hilatia of Rome. Wait. That's Heracles. Interesting. By the way, I'm not sure if you know this, but the hero Hercules is actually the Roman version of the name for the original Heracles, the Greek Heracles. The hero is actually called Heracles. The same with Ulysses. The hero Ulysses is actually the Roman version of Odysseus. Yes. Right. And by the way, the thing where King Fang said Hilatia or Hilatia of Rome, that is because that is what when you play Civ 6 multiplayer, you can choose what your in-game name is going to be. You change it in settings, and for some of my games, for some of our games, I chose Hilatia, or I've never really pronounced it in English before. And yes, if you're wondering, we play it without war, and it is a lot of fun. Also takes up quite a bit of time. Right. So, but yeah, you've got one more turn. Greece, not Rome. XD. I wouldn't say Sid Meier's Civilization 6 is open world in the traditional sense. Ah, I see. Now, Mr. W, back to you. I've handed you the microphone.
Okay. Thank you. Well, I was just going to say that I've got there's a game that I've got, or a game that I used to have, Shadow the Hedgehog on PS2, and it has 10 independent endings, which is just a bit ludicrous. And as for Thief, have you seen any gameplay or anything like that of Dishonored?
I have seen some on a GDC talk, yes.
It seems to be quite similar to that, because I've seen a little bit, but it seems to be quite similar to that. The first thing that struck me as similar to that is that anything that you steal, because of course the thief,
the first thing,
it ought to be like yeah.
The first thing that struck me, well, it was a club, but after that, I saw that.
Actually, you use a club as your weapon in the game.
Oh, you do. Oh, interesting. Anyway,
yeah,
sorry.
Because no, it's fine. I'll tell you about it in a bit. First thing that struck me to be similar to Dishonored was that if when you steal something, you don't have to sell it to earn money. It sort of automatically gives you money for it depending on what the item was. So say like a pen is worth less than a photo frame, for example.
Oh, I see.
What else? There were different play styles you can do as well, but it's not like choose a class, but whichever play style you play a mission in, and it automatically logs it as you've completed this mission in this play style. As for using the club, I've not got very far in the game, but it seems that the character that you play as is actively against killing.
Oh, I see.
So that he much prefers to just knock them out. And actually, one of his sort of, I suppose you'd call them colleagues. He actually gets a bit angry at one of his colleagues for doing that. And I can go, no, it's not that. It's not called Thief Simulator. It's just called Thief.
I think he was joking.
Was he? Oh,
I think he was.
What else? Because it's set in a sort of a. It seems to be set in. I'm not going to say
he wasn't
set in
joking.
I don't think it's set.
Oh, I see. I thought he was joking.
It's not. It's not set in the Victorian era, but it's got a very Victorian feel to it. Like a very Victorian feel. And it can be a bit annoying at times, but it is a good game. But when I first got it, the manual, because I got it from a game shop near me. I got it from I got it, and the manual for the game had been sort of stuck together, like to the point where it wasn't floppy.
That is strange.
I know, like we think it had like gotten wet or something.
Could be. Right. How about yes, that one. And yes, I am the legal age to play it.
Yes.
Right, so.
I think it's like a 16 or something.
I don't know. So here's another interesting question about open world games. Do you think that Trainz counts as an open world game?
I wouldn't say so because you at least for no, I wouldn't, because you follow a set track. In this case, a literal set track. But even when creating levels, you create the world rather than explore it.
Well, you can download routes from the download station and drive around on them. The thing is, yes, you follow the track, but you change junctions. You can choose to go left or right. You can go backwards, forwards. You can couple up to stuff. You can spawn in. Locomotives, wagons, couple up to them, load them, unload them, however you wish. Additionally, if you zoom all the way in, you can actually walk around the world. So like this.
Oh, in that case, I would say, hang on, let's wait for the stream to catch up. In that case, I would say it is. Oh, that's cool. In that case, oh my word, there's even a head bob.
No, that's not head bob. The head bob, it was just because I was going up and down the hill, and you can turn like this. There is no head bob.
Right. In that case, I would say that it does just count as an open world game.
Interesting. Yeah. So, we should do one stream where where just go the entire distance.
Video game.
Like there's one stream where I just go the entire distance on foot. Like for example, I start here at one end, right, and then not even running. Like if I run, you walk. You can run this fast, but if I stop running, you go this fast. I'll wait for you to see it.
Oh yeah, I think I see it now. You ran first and then walked?
Yes.
Yeah.
So just a stream where we don't even run, where I just walk along like this the entire route.
That would be quite nice. It would be like a walking simulator.
Yeah.
I wouldn't walk on the track though.
There aren't any. I mean, this is in Surveyor, in standard trains, so nothing can drive on here. And besides, the player doesn't have any colliders, so you just go through everything.
So a bit like a ghost.
Yeah. Although, this is, by the way, average human height, so I think 1.8 meters tall. So you can see how tall this switch stand actually is. You can see it's taller than me at the moment.
Hang on. There we go. You're going up close to it. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, those are huge.
Great attention to detail.
Yeah. So, is this interesting, do you think? Just walking...
I would say that there would be a certain therapeutic about it, because I remember I have Lego Lord of the Rings. And there is something that is quite therapeutic about walking all the way from Hobbiton to Mount Doom on foot.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I mean, I suppose so. So...
a friend's got a walking simulator that he says it's really good, and it's called Everybody's Gone to the Raptures, he says it's called.
Oh, I think I've heard of that back when it came out. I haven't played it. I did see a review of it, and they said it was a bit boring, but that's probably just personal, opinion.
And with it being a walking simulator too.
Yeah, that is true.
Depends, I suppose, what kind of game you're in. Because sometimes I like, if I'm a bit stressed or a bit annoyed, I just want a sort of a casual game where I can't really do anything wrong.
I see.
And that's what I especially miss about Journey, Flower, and Flow, which I had to give it up because my controllers weren't working for them. Yeah. At the moment, I just tend to do Skate 3 for just to sort of basically do anything you want, nothing, no holds barred, pretty laid back.
Yeah. Or you could get into game development. Then you could literally do whatever you want. If you see a game engine as a game itself, then technically Unity 3D would definitely count as open world, considering that you can create basically whatever game you want. It does take a bit of effort to get into them.
Yeah. I think my mind would blow up if I tried to do it without your assistance.
Well, there are a lot of very helpful things on...
I can hear my brain creaking already.
Well, then you may want to have that looked at.
Yes.
So, let me reach-chat.
If you leave it for too long, you won't have to go inside my head to look at it. It'll just be leaking out my ears.
Well, so where is it? Okay, you weren't joking. Some spilled their drink on it, maybe. Oh, someone. Oh, the thing because maybe. All right, possibly. If they were drinking glue. Well, the thing is, sugar is very sticky. So if you have a sweet drink, you spill it on there. If it dries, that is very, very sticky.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Every single page was stuck to each other. Like, surely you don't get that. Spilling a drink.
I don't know.
Like, surely it would be like odd. And like they didn't even have like an extra like an extra manual. There we go.
Yeah. Although you can probably download the manual as a PDF online somewhere.
Probably, yeah. because I just always like to. Oh, I just always like to look at the manual before I buy the game.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
Yes, I'm that kind of nerd. Leave me alone.
No, I won't.
Nerds in arms. Oh, that's good.
Ah,
Nerds in arms.
Yes.
Oh.
so, let me continue reading. Trainz, in Quick Drive, yes. If you're playing sessions, nah. Well, it depends on what session you're playing. If you're playing a multiplayer session, then you can do that still. What's wrong? Wrong? Why? Wow? If Trainz Surveyor counts as game as well, then yes. Oh yes, definitely. I think Trainz Surveyor is, to me at least, the biggest part in the game. Yes, there wouldn't really be much point of it without the driving, but still, I think the Surveyor is a large part of the game. Alright, about the drinking glue part. To each their own. Each to thy own. Yeah. 4 hours in. Chat, wake up, Shred Eyes, you're at horror point now. That's funny. But the walking around part isn't really part of the actual gameplay. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Sure, you can do it, but it's not really what you're supposed to do. Shalace, if it made footstep sounds, yes, very interesting. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't. Without though, it's really pushing it. There's a free game on Steam called Walking Simulator. Oh, this? Yes, I don't know what that is. More fun than the game.
I'm just gonna mute myself on the VC just for a bit.
Okay, sure. This? Yes. More fun than the game it tries to copy. Oh? What is it trying to copy? Some Hideo Kojima game. Can't remember the name. It was memorable. If it was memorable, I would. The game where you walk and carry the baby while delivering boxes in post-apocalyptic world. I don't know about that. Sounds a bit gross, Mr. W. Then bring them being stuck together. Did it smell suspicious? Don't think so. Good. Alright. So, right. Now that I'm caught up with chat, what do you say? Should we get back to actually route building now? Or do you want to continue to walk along? Take a nice trip.
Yes. Yes, get back to it.
Right, so just for the record, this is how far we made it. Right to here. So in all the time, I made it from down here, along there, and up to here. From down here, over there, and up to here. This little bit. That's how far I made it. The map, at the moment, is this big. So I made it from here up to there. And we would have had all of this to go. Going all the way up here. Yeah, you really don't notice.
You're supposed to train, not walk.
Yeah.
Kango says go for one.
Okay, well I can go over here by the river. You can see you swim across the surface of the water. You can't dive. So even if the water's deeper, you're going to stay at the top.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's odd. That's not right.
No, it's just because
it's like you have like a water repelling force field all around you.
No, it's just because the camera's near clipping plane is intersecting with the water, so it's cutting it off. But you're actually swimming across the top of the water. Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. I mean, I can see now why they've given you trains to play with in this game.
Imagine a route that sort of that goes underwater via like a massive glass tunnel. Oh,
that is interesting. That sounds very interesting.
Well, there's a couple of water slides and stuff that do that. I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would look in Trainz, though. It may not look very good.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do it in real life with a lot of time and effort, but in Trainz as it is right now, you probably couldn't do it.
I'm not sure.
There's a lot more in real life than in a simulation.
Well, you can make your own assets in for Trainz in Blender and things like that. So I could make, well, if I knew how to make a spline, I could make that in Blender, then imported it into Trainz, and I probably wouldn't be able to use the built-in water system because it would probably tint everything blue. So I would need to make an object for the water. I could animate it, and then use that for it. But I think as a concept, you should be able to do it in Trainz.
And by the way, Kango says, "Wait, there's Trainz in Trainz."
Oh, are there? Who knew? Yes, I think there are some. They should be lurking around here somewhere. Right.
I mean the title.
Oh yes, you're right. So, multiplayer stream. Right, as soon as I've got Service Pack 2 installed, I'll do that. Definitely multiplayer. However, I need, well...
Multiplayer now?
Not now. Multiplayer after I've got Service Pack 2 installed, which is an update for Trainz. Yes. So, the issue with that is that there are some Trainz routes that really need to be exported on a computer that is over there, and that's not my they're not mine, so they're not mine to export. However, they need to be exported before I'm going to update to Service Pack 2. So once that is done, then I need to make a backup, then I'll update. So that'll be great. Hey, that rhymed.
Thanks for the recommendation, by the way, Kango. You'll get that when you read the chat.
Yes. Also, as a relaxing game, this one is very nice.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Tengami. Oh, is that the paper one?
It says that it's
I guess that one. I know what game it is. It's on sale right now. For £3. Oh, cheers. I'm kind of looking for ones on the PS3 though, which you may not know about.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the only.
Yeah, I'm not too well versed there, unfortunately. Yeah, and Kango Fango isn't either, I think. Right. So. Yes.
Yeah, because PS3. Well, the PS3 and PS2 are the only real gaming
consoles.
What would you call them? Gaming. Yeah, console, but like gaming platforms, I suppose you call them in terms of in terms of gaming, like that I do, because I only have the laptop really for my books and some schoolwork.
And for living art.
Yes, of course. And I do have a few games plus living art as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but the intention of it wasn't the intention of it wasn't to have games in it. Do you come along with any of your books?
Mine? Or do you mean someone in chat?
Yeah.
Well, I have. Okay, so I did write the prologue for a book, for a novel. I didn't do that. I didn't really do anything beyond that on it because I was in the middle of so many other projects, and that would take a lot of time. I did write a short story in German a few days ago for a birthday, a family birthday. That was very interesting because I didn't know many of the technical terms. It was about trains. So you can see how that might be a bit interesting to write that if you don't know. Yeah. And that's it in terms of books. However, there are the films, the screenplays, which
Oh yes.
and yes, the one of them is finished. You know that it's been finished since April 2019, and I still haven't been able to get it get it made. And the second one, which you know about, like I said before, it is coming along nicely. However, I'm allocating more time towards other projects that I want to finish first, because while doing the film is very nice, and I'm definitely going to do it, and I love doing that, some other projects are more important. Like, for example, the role-playing game, Tales of Vestia. I want to get that, because I want to playtest that when the Milton Valley Railroad is finished. I need to have that finished by that time, obviously. And it will take a long time to write. Well, I think it will take a long time to write. I'm not sure. It's the first system. Yeah. So I want to do that now, especially because of the lockdown situation. When the lockdown eases back up, and we can get together outside again to do filming work, then I will finish the screenplay and do some of the work on the props and things like that. But since we wouldn't be able to do it now anyways, I'm allocating more time towards other projects. Yeah, I think that's...
Want me to read chat while...
Sorry, what?
Do you want me to quickly read chat while you keep on working?
Oh, well, yeah, if you... Thank you for the offer. So...
Kango says, shout out, oh, whose birthday was it? And then Slovak says, all right, wild west route is less.
Yeah, let me... was that it? Was that the entire chat?
Kango just said, yay, Slovak Eagle, and Slovak Eagle said another Eagle County update is going out as well, and then Slovak says, but the last one.
Ah, I see. Right. So, thank you. To answer Kangafango, it was my grandfather's birthday. No, sorry, not. It wasn't his birthday. It was Christmas. So it was actually the birthday of Christ. Yes, that's the birthday. It's a bit confusing because the Christmas thing is so similar to birthday. I meant to say Christmas, but yes, the occasion was Christmas, not a birthday. Even though technically Christmas is a birthday, so I still win because it was the birth of Christ. Haha.
I still win. That is your your Twitch channel banner. Showdice 2020. I still win.
Well, 2021 now.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So yes, that's whose birthday it was.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I called myself out on it, Kango, before you did. Hush up.
Alright, so, and the Wild West route. Congratulations, Slovak. I am going to download it as soon as I've got Service Pack 2 installed, because Slovak Eagle's been working on a Wild West route, and it's on the download station now, apparently. What?
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see how that looks. Because I'm a big fan of it.
Well, if you go to Slovak Eagle's YouTube channel, he has live streamed some of that development on the route, and he's archived it on his YouTube channel. So if you go to his YouTube channel, you'll be able to see them if he's uploaded it. I think he's linked it on his page.
He put that's only really your stuff that's in your Discord train channel server.
No, other people can post stuff there as well. He has posted some pictures there on the screenshots in the screenshots channel of it. Although if you want a more detailed look at it, I would suggest you have a look at recent archived streams from him. Clicky click.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I like the sound. I find it satisfying.
There is something very there's something kind of therapeutic about it, especially your mouse click.
Oh really? Well, that's very nice.
I've said it before.
Yes, you
I've
have.
said it before in chat.
Yes, you have. I remember. Right, so we've got 3 sugarcane fields done. I think it looks quite good, especially from down here. I'd like it if the spline was a bit greener, not as yellow. However, it does fit in well. What?
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, actually, never mind. I was going to say that I think there could be a bit more difference between the color of the cane and the other stuff. But no, that's just a lighting issue.
What do you mean?
Well, the color of the sugar cane is a bit too similar to the color of the rest of the grass, I'd say. But that's just a lighting issue.
Yeah, well, the sugarcane, it depends. If you look at it from this side, where the sun is shining on it, it's very bright. If you look at it from the back side, it's very dark. That is generally what 2D objects look like in Trainz TRS-19, I mean. Yeah. And I can't change the color of the sugarcane either, unless I made a new version of it and then got permission from the author to upload it, which I don't think is necessary for this. Right, so let me read chat. Yay. And, right, I already read that. 10 out of 10 accent, Mr. W. Well, congratulations then. Whoop whoop, yes. 2020? 2021. Yes, I know you corrected yourself. Winning at conversations since...
To be fair, you're the kind of person who can tie someone up in logic so much that you would probably win every conversation.
Well,
if you chose to.
It depends on what you mean by win. I don't think you can win a conversation. Arguments, yes. Because in an argument, your goal is to convince the other parties of your point of view. With a conversation, it is obviously more open and ideas flow more freely. So you might end up winning, getting the best outcome by your own point of view being changed. Or maybe everybody's point of view gets changed. So I don't think you can really win at a conversation. However, I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Right. If you click on Slivik's username in Discord, you'll see his YouTube channel since he's linked the accounts. Yes. Strangely soothing. Random clicks and button presses. 10-hour edition. I mean, if you want me to stream for 10 hours so you can listen to it, I mean, I'd need to take a couple of breaks. And you'd have to talk with some other people who...
Bag into your eyes after that.
Well...
Oh my wow.
I think that if it's not... I think that I would be able to do it. I think the first thing to be an issue would probably be... Well, first of all, would be other people who... in this house. The other issue would be my voice, if I talk for it.
Yes.
Because talking for 10 hours does take a toll on your voice. I remember because
Done it.
there was... I have. Because if you remember the theatre things, there was a thing on Saturday, which was in the morning, so which was a lot of talking. And then afterwards, I went to the roleplay thing, and I think I was the GM, so I was talking for that entire thing as well. I'm not sure if it totaled 10 hours, but the roleplay thing is 5.5, so all we'd need is 4.5 hours. And I think it might actually total up to close to 10 hours. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember which project it was, but there was something.
Yeah, that's
like
the
that.
thing. You'd probably be able to stream for 10 hours because in terms of video games, you've got stuff. You know, you've got the completion of stuff to do. If I tried to do that, I don't. I think I'd just get bored with it because there's nothing really that I want to or that I need to finish as such in sense of a route.
Well, One thing that might be quite interesting is to do well, since you like writing, how about some cooperative writing or world building? Like maybe you world building probably is better. Like there are some programs where you can generate maps, like tile maps. There's a thing called, I think, Hexographer or some other things. Like if you got a map, or maybe I could draw you one. It would have to be a bit of a crude one, unfortunately, because it takes a lot of time. I mean, if you would pay me to draw you a map, then I could draw you a great map, there with a lot of detail. But for a free map, it would be a bit of a crude one. I mean, it would still be a good map, but it wouldn't have as much detail as one. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Haha, pun intended. So, yeah, I mean, if you had a map, then if you just open up a Word or whatever text editor you're using, document, and you just say, okay, chat, look at these mountains here. What's unique about these mountains? I mean, if you have it in a fantasy setting, you could say, okay, well, what are they called? And then people in chat might suggest something like, for example, the giant's back. And then say, okay, that's interesting, giant's back. Why giant, though? Were there actual giants here? What happened to them? Are they still living here?
Let them... Yeah, that's cool. Just let them create the world. I mean, I did have an idea for... if I was ever going to stream,
yeah,
I did have an idea for a character that I was going to create in an RPG, that would basically the whole
So you mean the character was designed and controlled by the players? No, by the viewers, I mean.
Not controlled. Not truly, but designed, designed in the game by the viewers, and sort of you tell me, and you're like maybe like the first person, like the first person that says which next mission they want me to do in chat, and maybe the choices the character makes, because it is an RPG style.
Yes, I mean that sounds interesting.
That interactive.
Also, I've just realized that I need to somehow bring this dirt road along here, so that's what I'm doing now, in case you were wondering. Yeah, but with the writing, with the world building thing, I wasn't necessarily thinking about letting the audience create the world on their own. I meant more like to use them as, well, basically as a conversation, to generate ideas and think, oh, maybe that's interesting, or that could be cool, or doing something like that. I watched an archive of a live stream where the presenter did something like that, and that was a lot of fun to watch, and it would have been fun to participate in. However, I only saw the archive, unfortunately. I mean, we could do this together if you wanted to do this.
I mean, I think it would be more the actual writing of the book rather than world building, because I think I don't know. I think I take a more casual approach than this is this is the world I'm creating. I mean, it's like that with art. It's like me with art. I tend to finish the piece of art and then decide what it means. I suppose it would kind of be a bit like that.
I see. It's interesting.
I have actually started another
novel.
Yeah, another book recently. That I think just books, because they're not novels as such. Because novels are really long ones. So yeah, I started that sort of Victorian Gothic horror one.
Yes.
I told you about. I think I mentioned it in the stream times. I've managed to start that one.
What?
What?
What's happening?
What?
What's happening?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, well, in that case, let me read chat. If you don't know what's going on, there are two things you can do. One is to read chat, and the other one is to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So, right, where were we? Right. Okay. I genuinely think that probably exists. Probably. Trace, you're doing it now. Winning at a conversation. Maybe? Well, and bucket, perhaps. Winning at a conversation and bucket. Interesting. Woo! 10-hour stream, finishing the Milton Valley Railroad. Donate and wake me up. Oh, so like I just fall asleep and then you have to.
Goes off.
Yeah, that would be well. It wouldn't be fun to do for me because that sounds quite annoying, but it might be fun for the audience. Although they have to pay and would be. Scarecrow peaks. Yeah, for example, that's interesting. If you were, I mean, that's the thing I'm saying. With world building, it doesn't necessarily have to be for a book. It could just be world building for the sake of world building. So.
Well, yeah, but if there's not like a bigger goal for it, then I just don't think that I would be. I don't think that I'd sort of put in as much effort or enthusiasm as I could otherwise do.
Yeah, I mean, I completely get that. I completely get that. Well, maybe you could prepare a world for roleplay when you GM next, if you want to GM next.
Yeah, we shall see. Because I think one of the guys has said that I'm a better player than a DMer.
Well, the thing is, you don't have barely any experience in GMing, so I think that it's a bit early to say. I think that. Okay, so I think that last time, well, when you GM'd, I mean, is it okay for me if I say some things about that, or would you rather not have this on stream?
Say some things about what?
Well, about the game when you GM'd. I wouldn't, of course, say your name. I mean, it's fine.
Just don't give any specifics of the actual campaign itself. Just give explanations of how I as a GM dealt with.
Okay, sure. So, well, let me find the whistleboard first. Right, whistleboard. Here it is. So, I think that the ideas you had for the game, I think they were great. I think there was a lot of potential there for a longer story. I think the shortcoming was your knowledge of the system and how it worked.
Yeah.
Like, because, for example, you the captain of the ship gave the blacksmith on the ship gave items. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, the sword, and I think you said it was a +6 sword or something like that. I think it was +6.
Something like that. It might be conflating too.
I think it was flame. I think it was.
I can remember the first campaign that I did better than the second one.
Did you do 2? Wasn't it 1?
Yeah, I did do 2. I think neither of them came to fruition. I think, or were they 2 or were they the set? No, I think no. I'm splitting one of them.
Yes,
that's my mistake.
No, so I think because the thing is that at first level in Pathfinder, okay, so. If you think of, I'll just use this example for now, if that's okay. So,
yeah.
By the way, how do you like this? I've got the little runaround track, but because there's a little space, the road goes over top of it again.
Oh, that's all. Hang on, I'll wait for chat to catch up. Oh.
I think that's quite interesting.
Oh yeah, I think I see what you mean.
Anyway, yeah. So in Pathfinder, at first level. Okay, so it's all so if you go a plus whatever weapon means you've got a bonus to hit something and then the damage you deal to it. So the easier you can hit something, the more damage you will do to it, because if you hit more often, then obviously you can have the opportunity to deal damage more often. So that just means that anybody with a plus whatever weapon suddenly has an increase in the amount of damage they can do. Now, for example, okay, so if you're intending to fight something in the game, so a popular thing are goblins, yeah? So, okay, so a goblin, I think, has an AC of 14, so armor class of 14, and only a couple of hit points, I think maybe 4 or 6 hit points, something like that, which means that normal level players, so let's just say a fighter has a base attack bonus of 1, and then if a fighter has, let's say, a strength mod of 4, so then that would be would it be 4? If they got 16, then it would be 12, 14, 16, no, it would be 3. So if they have a strength mod of 3 plus the 1 from base attack bonus, that means they have a +4 to hit with any melee weapon or melee weapon, however you pronounce it, right? So that means that a player would have to roll a 10, a 9 or lower to miss a goblin. Now, on a d20, if you choose on a d20, that means it's statistically more likely that the player will hit it than not hit it. If it were 10, then it would be equally likely if it's above or lower than 10. Right. So, and that is just with a normal weapon that doesn't give them an additional bonus. And then, on top of that, so then you've beaten the AC, now it's time to roll damage. With damage, with melee weapons, the strength ability, the strength mod, gets added to the damage. So in this scenario, the character has a strength mod of 3. And if they're using, say, short sword or whatever, I think the damage might be a d6, a 1d6, I think is reasonable to assume. So it would be 1d6 plus 3. So then, the lowest damage that player could deal would be 4, which means that one player, the likelihood is that they only have to hit the goblin maybe 3 or 4 times. And that's only one player. If you've got an entire group, and like in that game, we had 6 players, which is actually quite a lot for a new GM to keep on top of. I still find it difficult sometimes.
Not for our group.
No, for that amount of players, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means you've got that many characters who get to act each round. Each character gets to deal has a certain amount of chance to hit and then to deal damage, which means for a large group like we had, if you're thinking about the game as in challenge, I mean, I often just wing it. So I just think, what would be challenging? Is this challenging? Oh, maybe it's a bit too difficult or too easy, and then tweak it a bit.
You have to wing it with the people in our group. You don't really have a lot of other choices.
Well, I can talk about that a bit later, which actually might be quite interesting. But let's stick with this for now. So, that is a lot of damage per round you've got in our group. Yeah, you had in that group already. Which means that if you want to challenge the group, you need either one monster, which is difficult to hit, so that it doesn't just get killed within the first round or first couple of rounds, or first turn, I mean. But the monsters that are difficult to hit usually also deal a lot of damage, and this is where the issue comes in, which is that at first level, the players have very few hit points. If you throw something at the players that won't get defeated by them very easily, then it will most likely be dangerous enough so that it could kill the entire party. Yeah? Which is another reason why it can be difficult to run for a lot of players at the same time, which was the scenario that you were in during your first ever game. Yeah? So not exactly advantageous.
No.
Yeah. So in this scenario, so this is the scenario that we were in. And then when you decided that the blacksmith would give, I think it was 2 items, wasn't it? It was a rapier and a dagger, I think. Both of them were +6, I believe.
I don't think it. No, you can remember more than I do.
Well, I have quite a good memory. I think it was a rapier and a dagger, each at +6.
I do.
So that means that, okay, I think a rapier does 1d6 damage, plus also it crits on an 18 to 20, which means it has the more potential to do even more damage. So if you then, well, let's take the character from before, who has a +3 strength mod, 1 base attack bonus. If you then give that character a +6 weapon, that means that to attack the goblin, well, let's see, their bonus to attack was 4. Well, no, it was 4. Plus the lowest they can roll 1. So that's 5 by default. So, and then if you add 6 to that, so then, okay, 14, let's see. So it was 3, 6, let's see, that is a total of 9. Yeah, that's a total of, no, it would be, no, because the BAB, so it'd be a total of 10, right? Right, that makes sense. So if you give that character a +6 weapon, then they would have a bonus to hit of +10, which means that now, when attacking that goblin, at first level, instead of having to roll a 9 or lower, that character would then only have to roll a 4 or lower on a d20. Yeah? So, if you then... Oh, I completely forgot. I wanted to paint... I completely forgot about painting the field underneath.
And we are streaming, by the way, just to remind you.
Streaming? Oh, are we?
We are streaming.
Oh, I'd forgotten. No, I haven't this time.
You did forget last time.
I did forget last time, but not this time.
Good.
Right. So that character then has to. So you remember the issue from before where monsters are either too quick to die, or they're too dangerous for the party if they have more hit points. Well, if you now give the player, well, 2 players that advantage, so that then that makes the monster's hit points disappear even faster, which means, because the thing is that the +6 doesn't only get added to the attack roll, but also to the damage roll, which means that a goblin, which maybe only has 6 hit points, would be knocked unconscious or killed even if the minimum damage possible was rolled. So you can see that to pose a challenge to such a group, you would need to use monsters that are so dangerous that they would just kill the party in the first few turns. And like that's the first example. The other example was the reward money, because if you remember, well, I was playing that game a character, and my character was making a joke when my character asked the captain for how much money would be a reward, and my character said, because I was playing a bard, so my character said something like, "Oh, well, okay, I might consider doing your quest if you pay me. How much will it pay me?" And I said, "Well, I think that 4 million gold pieces would be a fair reward." Yeah, I said 4 million gold pieces as a joke, and then the captain agreed to it. So then my character said, well, each, 4 million each. If we're gonna share, then it's no deal. Yeah? And then the captain agreed to that as well.
Was this my one?
Yes. The captain of the ship. To give 4 million gold pieces to each of the player characters. So, wait, how much would that be? That would be like 24...
12 million.
No, 24 million? No, it wouldn't. It would be 4 million. No, it would be 24 million gold pieces at first level for the first quest. So, I mean, that would undoubtedly have been a brilliantly fun game to play in, had it continued on.
It would have broken the game.
It would have, yes, it would have. And you can see that...
I can see the problem.
Yeah, the thing is, all of the building blocks were there. You understood the story, the mystery with that strange thing we found in the forest, that chair, that throne thing. I mean, that was fun. You described the scene well. It was fun to interact with and to poke around with it. That was fun. The characters were interesting. What?
Just practicality.
Well,
Just practicality.
I think it was more the understanding of the system. I think that was the difficulty. You didn't. I assume you didn't know, or you hadn't developed a feeling yet for the repercussions that those things would. What?
The repercussions of the consequences that could have.
Yeah. But the thing is, that is perfectly reasonable for a first-time GM. Yeah? And we ended that game after only the first few sessions. I think it was because the groups joined together again, or split, or something like that. Yeah. And, I think it's a mixture of being a new GM and having a lot of players in the game that made it much more difficult on you than it would have otherwise been. But I think that if you stuck with it, if you gave it another try, then I think you'd be a great GM. I think it would be a lot of fun to play in your games, to explore your worlds, to discover your stories and plots. Yes. Anyway, let me read chat. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, because it's nearly half an hour over. It's only half an hour till midnight.
Oh, it is.
I wasn't going to mention it because I'm really enjoying this, but
how did that happen?
And I think one of them, I have no idea. I think one of them also suggested that I do a campaign that was already been written out by D&D people. What's that called?
There are modules. They're called modules or adventures.
Oh, yeah, but I'm trying to remember the name of the campaign. What's it called? Something of the Sand or something?
Don't know. But yeah, there are lots of them. You can actually get quite a few good ones free on the DM's Guild. It's a website. You can get them for free if you would like to try something like that. Also, I could write one for you. It's not that difficult to do.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. It wouldn't be a very long one, but you wouldn't really want a very long one anyway, if I'm... anyway. Let me read chat. So, Mr. W. Alright, chat?
Yes?
No, that's what Kangafango said. Mr. W. Alright, chat. We need 5 traits of this character. Suggestions. Go. Chat. Loving, hateful, very tidy, repulsively untidy, always sees the good in the good side of things, is always pessimistic. Yeah, you would have to have...
If I would do that, I would probably just go to the first one that could type. So I would probably just do I'd probably do a 3, 2, 1, go. Make sure, I'd probably type in chat, make sure your delays are.
Well, you can turn on slow chat if you want to. However, I think that it might be a bit more fun if people do get to make all of their suggestions, and then you just arbitrate. You are the final arbitrator. You choose what the... Yeah, anyway. But it sounds like a good idea. It does. You could stream from a camera that's mounted above a table so that viewers can see the character sheet. Could do. Or map. It would be more tell the truth to this person, or tell this person a lie to save the other person. What do you mean by that?
It was in terms of the character, because it wasn't a character as in a role-playing game. Not in a tabletop role-play game. It was a character
In terms
in
of
an
video
RPG
game.
video.
I
Yeah,
see.
and like they choose the chat chooses the
Yeah,
choices that the
you mean like
character makes.
you mean like the speech tree or whatever it's called.
Yeah, or whichever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is, I know that some people would do it in such a way just so it would be a really annoying bad character, and like not bad
Yeah.
as in horribly bad.
Although that too, maybe.
That would be fun, to be fair.
Yeah, so that's
and
why
I know the game, and I know the game I'd do it on as well.
yeah, that's why I suggested some world building, because with world building, I think that could be a lot of fun to do as well. So I'm just going to prepare the thumbnail quickly. I want to bring the locomotive over here. Locomotive, come over here.
I came up with something involving loco recently. Oh, what was it? Oh,
I don't know.
what was it? It was like a phrase. It was like a phrase, and I was replacing the second. It was like a 2-word phrase, and I replaced the second word with loco. It'll come to me eventually. It's going to come to me at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and you'll get an email about it then.
Yeah, I mean, that should be fine. I think that something like this is probably... I mean, I don't want to show the fields again on the thumbnail. Actually, maybe something from a more top-down angle might be like... Something like this, maybe. I can crop it. Actually, let's zoom in first. Oh, yes, zooming in makes it so much nicer. In this instance, something like this, I think, would be good, with a border at the bottom. So, right, I need to continue reading chat now. Alright, Shadays, Streamlabs. Ding! Oh, someone donated £2,000. Oh, thanks. Now, let's place a few trees. Yeah, like that. Miss W, I thought you meant that you'd stream setting up the character and things like that. But I get it now. That's true. Alright, Shadays, if there is a crossroads with that dirt road, maybe consider putting in a stop sign? Well, I'm going to put in... Well, I don't think that there'd be stop signs in this day and age or in this kind of place. So, you know, Kangafango, you know what race the... you know what race, what playstyle when it comes to it, and what the character looks like. A lot of Colorado's stop signs also have a red flasher light above them, according to ATS at least. And I know for a fact that there is an asset like that in Trainz. Yes, there is. Yeah, I getcha. Also, Shadows, maybe consider placing Foxglove in the Y? Okay, I'll do it. I know that I'm very much over the time, but you wanted this, so might as well do it.
I don't have anything, so I'm fine.
That looks nice, doesn't it? Bit of Foxglove?
I'll wait for chat to catch up.
You mean stream?
Chat.
Yeah, that looks nice. You're right. I need to reposition the camera for the...
I think it is.
Yeah, that looks nice. Right, I'll reposition it a bit so that it'll be good for the thumbnail. Something like this should be good. So, where was I? Trainz. Alright, the Y. Yes, wing it. Give the players a huge fire-breathing swan. Okay, I was going to talk about winging it as a GM because I think that could be very helpful for new GMs. However, there is no time for that. There's no time for reading chat as it is. Right. Throw something at the players, like twigs, pebbles, situations, bananas, carrots, dragons, something like that, yes. Ugh. You call, Desire? Also, carrots? Would you throw them like darts? No, you just chuck them. Yep, put them in a bow and off they go. Well, arrows more like. Baby carrots are darts.
Bow and carrot.
What?
Bow and carrot. There you go, still works.
Yeah. Character gets hit. Oi, that hurt. Crunch. Doesn't taste off bad, actually. It actually tastes quite good. More. Alright, new project on hands. Los Angeles Metro, but fictional names. Slovak Eagle, are you by any chance going to use mini metros as inspiration for the layout of that? Because I remember you told about me that you do that sometimes. So is that the case? Shinkansen route? Oh, right. Read the Trainz chat channel on Shatterdice's Discord. Ah, that's what you posted. That is going to be interesting. For real? You're starting it now? You get why I'm doing this. Alright, can't read it right now, but nice. Doing this... Oh, that it went off stream. Sometimes the chat jumps. It's annoying. I'll have a look later on, right? Alright, no problem. Here's the plan if anyone wants to check quickly. Oh, I'll have a look at that. Oh, South California Rapid Transit District. Very nice. Very nice, yes. Oh, then you could use the Caltrain stuff. If it's in California, you could use the Caltrain things. Or Caltran, I think it's... Lovely. Woo, yes, thanks. 24 million. 24 million gold pieces. Yeah, 24 million gold pieces. If Mr. W...
Yeah.
If you remember, when you said that each character would get 4 million gold pieces, what I immediately want to do with that is buy a small fleet of sailing ships and start my own trading company. Maybe also buy a small castle.
I remember that.
Yeah, buy a small castle, buy a couple of ships to start a trading company, and just keep the money rolling in like that. That would have been such an interesting game. It wouldn't have been the game you wanted to run, but it would have been an interesting game to play in. No problem. Also, the water also looks interesting on the map. Stripe, 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 stripe. Yes. Yes. Which line should I start with first? I don't know. You probably already started now. I second that, Charles. I'd love to play too, Miss W. Charles, take your time. I am. And it's half an hour past. I doubt that is what you meant, Kangafango, by take your time. You're too kind. Maybe blue seems to be the shortest. Alright, I guess. Whatever you want. Just being honest. Yeah, I wouldn't do slow chat. That's always a bit annoying. Oh, video game. I thought it was Pathfinder. I get it now. Shadows. Top-down angle is nice, but I'd change the time of day so that the field looks nicer. Well, I can try. I mean, that looks stunning. Maybe something like this might look good. Just like that. What hour is it? It's Foxglove hour. There's also a larger Foxglove group with V large in the name. Yeah, but this is okay. For very large, probably. Lovely. Also, Mr. W, you saying ugh after one of my messages is, as counterintuitive as it might seem, almost like a confirmation that, yay, I made a good joke. What are your thoughts on that, Mr. W?
I'm just giving up, to be honest.
I'd say. XD. Nice. Lovely shot. Thanks. I practiced archery. No, I didn't. But that is the end of the stream. Yes. Actually, 1 second. Just need to quickly open the window. We're not done yet. I just need to quickly open the window a bit because it's very warm here. 1 second. There we go. By the way, can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
We can now.
Good. So, right. Yeah, right. In the bullseye. That one came out of nowhere. I suppose so. Right. Yes, we can. Great. So, the stream is basically over. So thank you very much for watching. The stream will be archived on YouTube. And yes, shoutouts. Kangofango does OMSI 2 map development, Trainz map development. He streams driving games like American Truck Simulator, Extreme Trucker 2, that sort of thing. Slovak Eagle also streams when his internet holds out. He streams Trainz map development, as well as Transport Fever, Train Simulator, driving games, that sort of thing. Sometimes also Euro Truck Simulator, have a look at that, and also have a look at Central Europe. It's a huge Trainz map, Slovak Eagle's part of it, it's a development team. And yes, so while we're sitting here now, yeah, I'm going to stay here for a few seconds to let people who are on a delay catch up before, so that the stream doesn't cut out for them. Then I'll end the stream, and then me and Mr. W will be in the after stream lounge for a few moments. And then, well, it'll be over. So thank you all very, very much for watching. Thanks for the shout out. Thank you for the shout out, says Love Giggle. Was kind of, yeah. So yes. Bye everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, also before you end, says Kangofango. Wait, there might be more gameplay. I think Kangofango is typing something.
Riveting gameplay.
Riveting gameplay, yes, riveting. Riveting gameplay. Anyone know what a city of gnomes would be called? Interesting. A city of gnomes.
Back garden?
Back garden. Yeah, I mean that could be a great answer. How about Nomopolis? Okay, I give up.
That's a bit too basic. That's too obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, but no. Not the solution either. I'll say it. Yeah, go ahead. Nomaha. Oh, Nomaha. Oh, because of Omaha. Oh, that's... I see. Interesting, because Omaha is... What is it? The capital of Nebraska, I think? Might be mistaken. But yeah, that is clever. So, yes. So, thank you all very much for watching again. And, bye. For real this time, probably. Bye again.
Bye.